Legendary breakfast with Ona Bede and Tabile TTO.
Maluminator, man. 21 minutes just after 8 a.m. And we just say this hour we'll be hanging out with Thuli Phongolo. She's in studio, she's an actress and a DJ. So looking forward to actually just chatting to her and getting to know about her journey in the industry and the many areas that she's in, you know, because, you know, in this industry we have a lot of
you dabble here, you dabble here, you dabble here, you dabble here, and now she is South Africa's latest diamond. Please welcome actress, TV presenter, and not only that, she's also now a DJ. Good morning, Thuli P.
Morning. It's cute how everyone thinks I'm the black diamond. It's just so cute.
It was one of South Africa's most coveted roles, and this year you're the one who's taking over this. But how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Wait,
are
I'm
you
trying
generally
to go
a
in my
morning
life.
person? All right, well, you sort that out. But how are you doing this morning? Are you generally like a morning person?
No, I'm not. Like I'm generally not a morning person at all. And I just don't know how it works with my job because like the call times are crazy. Like I know with Jan we used to have like 6:45 call times. It's worse now with Rockville. Like everything is literally at 5. But you know, I've just recently joined the 5 a.m. club, but
welcome,
not the mood.
Welcome to the club.
The productivity, not the mood of the morning.
Absolutely, man. I mean, Thuli, without wasting any time, you know, just tell us about your childhood. You know, just a little bit about where you grew up.
Well, I was born and bred in Soweto. I'm a Joburg girl. I never kulelanga emakhaya or anything. Yeah. And so born and bred in Soweto, and then, you know, moved around. But yeah, I'm just a Joburg girl. Then as ekasi, you know how it is, ekasi. When you grow up ekasi, you don't actually realize how much it equips you for the adulthood life and just life overall. Because you grow up, kulumama language are different. Like I can speak Sotho, Zulu, Xhosa, Zulu, all of these languages. And you also grow up in an environment where the different backgrounds are so different, you know, and you know, Guinea variety and next door they're even better than you guys. So you learn how to function nabantu, uphile nabantu, and people from different backgrounds. You can fit in anyway. Uba flexible man, Soweto. You can tell a person that comes from Soweto, "Hi man, uflex." Okay, girl, let's do it. Ekasi, alright, you know, everything, and you can relate so much better with people because you've interacted with people from different backgrounds, different languages, different perspective of culture, how different we raised. You as most so it family is strict, so you get so exposed to a lot, and that's just adulthood and just life overall. You never meet the same person that is just like you, but you learn to coexist and accept each other.
You know what, Thuli, the fact that you are multilingual is also a big advantage for you in your industry.
Yes, in the industry.
Exactly. Yes. It's such a big, you know, because they can be like, we're looking for a Sotho whatever girl, this whatever, and you know, I'm like, you can speak the language. I think that's the one thing I'm just like, I wish I could speak as many languages also, you know, with regards to that. But that's a big, and speaking of acting, your love for acting, where did it stem from? What gravitated you towards the acting industry?
I just think I've always had some form of love for acting. I think ukulanje, especially when you are raised from like a Xhosa family, like everything is just, it's a movie 24/7 every day of your life. So we used to like always, if you do something stupid, we imitating you the whole year until someone else does something stupid. And I mean, I used to enjoy it, and I think I used to do it so well. My family would be like, linganiso sisnomhle, linganiso banbani, and I would do it, and I would always be looking for moments where people slip so that ngizoba linganisa, you know. And then it became a thing. Yokuthi sengihleli manje kamereni ngikhuluma ngiyi-one, I'm attending a friend's funeral, like, you know, all those things. I'm wearing my mom's shoes. So I kind of always had it in me, and I knew that it's something that I've always wanted to do. That's one thing I really appreciate about myself, and know that it's God ordained because I've always had the hunger for it. So when I was 15, that's when I got in the industry and I got an agency, and also that's when I started taking drama at school and started going to auditions, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Now, after all that practice of acting like your family, you know, balingisela and all of that, can you take me back to your very first audition, and do you remember how it went?
Oh my gosh. First of all, I think also when you're 15,
Yeah.
you have a very obscured perspective
Come on now.
about what's going to happen when
Yeah.
you're in the industry. Because in your mind, you are Beyonce, you know. In your mind, you are Beyonce, and you feel like mina ngizongena audition, and then someone is gonna look at me and say, "A star was born." And ngizoroka, and they're just gonna say, "That's the girl."
Yeah.
But just getting in the audition room,
Yeah.
and you know, and it goes back to this thing, we raise from different backgrounds, we have different support systems. I remember when I went to the audition, I think my first audition, I make nomkhulu wami, and I think my cousin, but other people like people came with a whole squad of families. I'm like, what kind of support is this?
Is it like some idols audition?
Yeah, and then, you know, and also there's levels of different backgrounds.
Yeah.
What, and then already that like instills like
Fear.
inferior like in you, and you know, also just getting to the audition room and seeing someone that you know is good, and you're just like, oh my gosh, they definitely taking her, you know, all those things. But I think it sucked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really remember my first audition, but I think it sucked.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
So it did suck.
Yeah. I'm always so shocked by
But-
those people who pull up to auditions with suitcases. Like, whoa.
No, but you know,
Continue the business.
at some point, I think I used to be that girl, but not a suitcase, but a bag. Because, I mean, mengizi saguma auditions sometimes. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. You know,
Zaganga.
you know,
Yeah.
singing, I'm the girl.
Yeah.
I'm going. And I think when you want it that much, nothing
Yeah.
can stop you. Like, no, like if someone can take me, ngithatha takes, ngitshele ukuthi ngehla kuphi, nan. When you really are chasing your dreams that much,
Yeah.
you unstoppable. Even that journey of ukuthatha taxi, ungene, ulahleke, to you it's not a hassle. It's that journey towards you
journey,
achieving the bigger picture of what you're trying to achieve. So yeah, man, I think it sucked. I think my first audition sucked. I didn't get it, but
Now you're
yeah,
here.
but I'm here now.
And
how's
just-
about that?
And Thuli, just before we go into our news update, you know, with Zanele when she gets here, have you always had support from your family with regards to following this career path?
Yes,
That's beautiful.
Yes, I did. I did. And support on so many levels. My family always was there to make me understand that, you know, you need to be grounded in who you are.
Yeah.
And why you started and where you see yourself going. And more than anything, I think my mom instilled it in me very early to say that, you know what, like sometimes it's not about your abilities, it's if it's your time, you know, because you can be the best of the best, or you can be even the best who auditioned that day, but it's meant for Thuli. God has put it there for Thuli, and Thuli will come and the producer will look at her and say, actually, let's take a chance on this girl. So give it your best at all times, but know that even timing is a very important thing in life. And don't doubt yourself because you feel like you're not getting certain auditions. Know your ability, give it your best, and when it's your time, it will be your time, and it will be so easy. A lot of things that we get in life that are the best things that happen to us are not forced. They're not hard to get. They come so easy because they are ordained for you.
They come so easy because they are ordained for you.
Thuli, you seem to be one for rather creating your own opportunities and not limiting your potential to just one thing. So it might be different a stream that you explore, but there seems to be a proper plan around having it and all interlinked. What I actually want to ask you is that do you cherry pick what you take on next, or have you just been fortunate to have your work organically linked?
I think that's a very nice question. I do think it's organically linked. You know, when you do look at like my interests and my life and my lifestyle and the things that I naturally gravitate towards, definitely they're organic for me. Yeah, I do think it's very organic. And for me, one thing I've told myself just from the onset, that if it doesn't feel right, I'm not putting myself in that position. Even in life, I go where I'm loved.
Yeah.
And where I feel uncomfortable or otherwise, it does not have to be necessarily a bad thing. There's just no chemistry. You know, we could try to be friends, but we don't have chemistry. Chemistry doesn't only exist in relationships, but even in the things that you dabble in, there has to be some form of chemistry. Like when I started DJing, it was not easy. You know, it was not easy. I mean, I've you know, I can't say the fabulous word, but I mean, I've messed up. I've messed up, and I really threw myself in the ocean with the sharks. But the way things were happening, it was always a validation of that don't give up, because the opportunities were coming so effortlessly. Even when I'm messing up, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not gonna book me next week, and then they'd book me more. And I'm just like, okay. And then until I got to a point where I was like, okay, so this is some form of blessing.
Yeah.
Let me honor God and honor the craft.
I love
and
that.
put more effort and practice and push myself, because he is placing these opportunities in front of me. He's saying something to me. And that's why this goes back to when I say that a lot of things that happen in our lives that are life-changing, that are the best moments, they're really not forced. They come so effortlessly. And I think when it starts feeling like it's just secondhand, you know it's for you.
Ish. You know, Thuli, we have to take a quick break, and it's so amazing that we're taking this break and playing Nkulunkulu, because that's something that you've touched on very much. When we come back, we're going to dive into that. We're going to dive more into that. So,
what you're hearing right now in the background, Kamophela with Nkulunkulu, her latest single. And yeah, man, it is 23 minutes just before the hour of 9 a.m. We're still hanging out with Thuli Phongolo, known as Thuli Phongolo to you guys.
Such a vibe, man.
Can I tell you, we got a message from, we have a contributor on our show every Monday. She's a medium, and she sent a message like, yo, Tuliwa Papa.
Do I get it a lot? I don't think
You've got a really bubbly energy, so that's really great. So we're not complaining.
Yeah,
we are not complaining.
You caught me on a good day.
Yes.
Now, speaking of things you take on, you have been on Chisa.
Yep.
Generation The Legacy, Makoti, The Republic, and now you are the country's diamond on Rockville.
That's just cute how everyone's assuming. What if I'm going to be the Black Diamond's friend?
You know, hey Thuli, but you know what, we're gonna ask you, how do you know when it's time to shift onto a new show?
Yeah.
Oh, I always know. As I said, like for me, the moment it feels like it's a drag, it's time out for me. But also, I think you feel it as well from an artist perspective, where you feel like you're no longer really challenging yourself in the role. You're no longer feeling as though you need to give her more than even what you give yourself. You're no longer feeling like you telling her story, but you're just like just saying lines that you think a person would just say. You know, her hurt does no longer affect you that much. Now you've lost the character. You're no longer in tune with it. And I think from an artist's perspective, that's when you know that it's time for me to roll.
Absolutely.
Peace out.
I mean, what do you think is challenging about like bringing a script to life? Like, for you guys, for people?
I think the first and foremost challenge is perspective, because the way I see it is not necessarily how you see it. It's not necessarily how you see it. So perspective one, but within all those different perspectives, making up your own and trusting it, irrespective of you. If you think if I would be happy, I'd go or if I go but I'm happy. If I think that's my happy, I need to trust it and be honest with it. And once you trust it, you deliver it so honestly that even if you didn't think that's how a person would be happy, but you'll believe it. You know, so trust is very important. Perspective, and also within the trust and perspective, also being flexible, not just sticking to one, not feeling like anger is, you know, shouting and screaming, but understanding the different layers of anger and emotions, because we all experience emotions, but we don't experience them same at different scenarios. You know what I mean? I can make you angry now, but it won't aggravate you to a point where you feel like you want to shout and scream at me, but you will note it maybe after the show. Did you see that thing that she did? But then someone can do something at a certain moment and make you angry, and that will aggravate you to act out immediately. It's always, you must always understand your emotions of your levels of emotions. So I think that, and not just only understanding your journey within the story, but also the people that you are playing with.
Trudy, just before we continue, I'm just gonna go a bit off track for now. I told you, right, Motore Tsangarwa Papa is our contributor on our show. It's a contributor on our show, and she's a medium. Do you believe in mediums?
Am I getting married? Am I getting like money?
She said,
am I getting money?
She's about to be hitched. Marriage. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait, am I getting money?
Marriage.
No money.
Obvious, honey.
Am I getting married to money?
That's it.
Oh my God, I always knew. Like something, like when I look at money, I feel like I look at it different than other people, and it looks at me different, and I'm like, you want to marry me? You know, and it's just like, it's weird that money and I want to marry each other, but it's okay. She literally said, I'm getting married.
Yeah, she said you're gonna get married.
But we gonna chat off air, girl. She gonna spill the tea for you. But now, you know, like I said, you know, I've been when we kickstarted that interview, I said you're now the country's diamond, and you're now on the latest season of Rockville, which kickstarted this past Sunday on Mzansi Magic. Talk to us about Rockville. How did you land this role during a pandemic? And tell us about the character that you're about to play, or rather you're playing now.
First and foremost, because, you know, the outcome I didn't expect when it came out. I mean, my character trended. I trended. Thank you so much for the love, everyone. You know, it's not as easy, but is as simple as going to an audition like you would go to an interview for any other job, giving it your best and living it to faith. That's what I did. I auditioned, I gave it my best, and it was my job. And this goes back to, I'm gonna answer a question that I get a lot while like explaining this. A lot of people will be like, get me an agent. Guys, that you will land you in in a position where you are very vulnerable. Industry isebenza kanje. You get an agent sends you briefs, you go to that audition, you audition, and that's it. Especially when you're a girl, you're a very vulnerable person in this industry. So just research your agencies, and they must be under PMA.
Yes.
Agencies under PMA, and that's it. Now I'm moving on to my question. So I got the audition. I mean, it was me and a fellow actor that I respect very well. And I got the audition, and then we started shooting. I met the cast. I mean, like the cast is extremely formidable. I always say, you know, people that make you feel as though, okay, it's time to pull up their socks, you know, it's time to give it the best, you know, you can't flop ganjang. And I think it's very nice when you're playing with people that are playing with you, you know, like it's action. I know even on set, like silly things like when they're picking you up, like you feel like, okay, it's action now, you know. It's close to real. And I think also reading the story while getting the role, I just knew that it's something that I wanted to do, because the story is so good. It's so rich. Buhle's character has so many layers to unfold. And for one, I'm getting in a role that, you know, like takes me on those high and lows and challenges me in different places. And it's very nice to play roles like that, because you as an actor have to step up, you know. And I think she's just a very interesting character to play, and it's been just nice working with everyone else, the cast and crew as well. I think it's very important that we acknowledge crew, because those people also play a role in like the kind of performance that you give out, and also understanding the storyline, because they're there every day as well, you know. So you want to feed off of them and work well with them, because when you're working in an environment where it allows you to act and be like at your highest potential, you excel. So I think Rockville is allowing me that, and I'm very happy shooting.
I love that. Now Thuli, I mean, I think you're absolutely amazing at every role that you've taken, that we've seen you on, you know. However, how would you feel rather if a viewer left a harsh review about your performance?
They do all the time.
Stab
me on my other eye.
How do you take that?
You know what? I'm a firm believer that in anything that you like, and just in life, you're not pizza. Not everyone's gonna like you,
exactly,
and not everyone is gonna like what you do. you know. So I give I deliver what I deliver. There's people that resonate with it and there's people that don't, and it's fine as long as it's not a rude review ubone ukuthi lona seka malicious manje mfanele siphume silwe manje phuma silwe manje,
and people,
you know what I mean,
at the end of the day you are a human being,
and critical I can take. I don't think I've ever been a very emotional person, even when it comes to just in general in my life. I'm very nonchalant. So I mean, I can take it, and it's critical, and I've also placed myself in a position where I don't ever want to always come from a defensive perspective. Sometimes you want to tell us something that you can look at and be like, oh, hey, you know what? Maybe this I can work on. Like, for instance, a minor thing that I will mention, when I did the Republic, Ngikhuluma isiZulu, and I was coming from the perspective ukuthi ngiyakwazi ukukhuluma isiZulu, but umbali was mekakhuluma isiZulu vele saselokishini, because she was a Model C, she didn't really speak Zulu that well. But I mean, the fact that people would like bring it up made me feel like, for this role, let me get a Zulu tutor. You know,
really?
Yes, I practice with my Zulu tutor. Shout out to Mam Tembi. And you know, I've really pushed myself to that level. Of course, it's Zulu sums angeke sibe siqotho to a point ukuthi manje sengiphume emakhaya, but ngiyashaya isiZulu senginamagama khonkolo ntontontonton. I'm just like,
I'm
sometimes
gonna
I'm
do
like
that too.
I'm like, don't forget Xhosa.
Please
Oh my
take her
God.
with.
I need to
Please
learn
take
that too.
Challenge yourself.
Yeah.
So you know, some things people will like highlight and they to help you. So you must not always come from a defensive perspective. But
That's
fanele uyazi
true.
umuntu xa qhela kakubi, and when umuntu xa kubonisa indlela, you know. So I think I've gotten to that place.
When you go to your next Zulu lesson, please take Ona with you.
Mara lana ngathi kuzoba right. Ubuwa Sesotho. No, I think we can pass on Zulu. Ooh, okay, can we go to the news? It's time for the news. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to Massive Metro. We are about to go to the news right now. I think that's more interesting than the Zulu that we're hearing.
Haters, all I'm gonna say is haters gonna hate, potatoes gonna potate,
and
know?
that's just on exactly.
And that's on period, okay?
Anyway, just a quick one before we pay our bills.
Yeah.
I mean, your fashion line, is it still up and running?
No, so I was doing it with Mike, and Mike decided that it was not really working for him. It was working, but I think the demand became too high because he was the only designer and whatever, and then it became like, are we delivering quality? And I had to look at it now like that okay, I'm putting my brand online. This was based off quality, and if we can't deliver the quality at the level that we agreed on, I don't think that it's working. But I mean, we still have a good relationship with Mike, and I do think maybe something that I can look into the future. But I'm also not I'm not the kind of brand that wants to just be releasing. I want to give things credibility. I want people to look at my product and say that it's grown, it's matured, it's gotten better, and trust that, okay, we know Thuli for a clothing line. Hi, clothing line, microphone.
Every
like, you know what I mean? And not to say that it doesn't work for other people. It works, and it's beautiful, and people are pushing, and they are pushing the boundary, and they are like making their wildest dreams come true. It's just that with people, we work differently and we pace ourselves differently. And for me, I understand that my lane and my pace is at a different lane, and I like taking my time and focusing on the detail. And so I am just waiting for the right time to really be like transform into the butterfly that I am and show people the things that I've actually been working on and that are of my interest.
Amazing stuff.
Absolutely, man. In the meantime, Tabile, masibadale ama bills. That's my Zulu.
Wow.
The last moments of Legendary Breakfast right here on the rocking, real and relevant Massive Metro. 8 minutes before Thuli P is out of here, and we're also going to catch her on Rockville this Sunday.
I know that's right.
Ona, let's just get the last bit of this interview before we let the beautiful Thuli P leave.
Absolutely, man. I mean, Thuli, key lessons you have learned about acting that other aspiring actors could take advice from.
About acting itself, it really needs preparation. Even when you think you kind of know the character and you know someone like that and you can just wing it, you really can't. You really need to put yourself in a position when you understand how the character really thinks, and would really feel. And the best way to play emotion is not to think of something that bad that happened to you. It's to really be in the present moment and to really live what the artist is going through. And that's when it's as honest as it comes. And honesty in delivering a performance is very important. People can tell when it's not honest. And I think for me, I really struggled with that a lot, and it's when I started just being honest with myself, that's when I started being honest with the character. So that's what I've learned from an acting perspective, from the craft perspective. But from a professional perspective, don't fight battles that are not yours. It's a job. It's a job. Get there, do your part of the job, and get the fabulous out of there. I'm just saying.
I know that's right.
Get the fabulous out of there, and what you don't really have the chance to say to everyone to their faces, say it with your friends and laugh about it. Don't take it to work, you know, and just focus on the work that's there to be done.
And I know
that's right.
And that's exactly.
And now, Thuli, you've switched it up. You know, we've known you on our screens as an actress, and you know, your love for music has now amplified to the point where you are at the front line of gigs and making us dance and spend our money. You're now a DJ. Chat to us about that.
Wow, DJing is keeping us very busy. Like every weekend. And I mean, I stretch myself as a DJ, but I'm also not the kind of DJ that will take like 30 gigs. Like I'll take enough gigs to deliver quality everywhere I go. And I just also feel like I've grown as a DJ. I've grown to understand the craft, and more than anything to understand that if you really want to be if you really want to be a good DJ, you need to understand the culture, understand the scene, and be a part of it. You can't function in silos in this DJing industry. You need to be a part of it, know what's going on, know what gets the people going. And that's the reason why I like when going to gigs, arriving there an hour, feeling the DJ before me, feeling the crowd, and figuring out, okay, this is the mood that I'm trying to set, or where am I picking up the mood? You know, and for me, it's a movie every time I step out. Like, you know, a girl gotta look good.
I know that.
She gotta smell good. The makeup gotta be on like 3D, if not 4. The hair better drag. I have to catch cases. You must, when I arrive, you must be like, what is going on, guys? And from when I arrive, you must be so intrigued by me that when I walk into the DJ booth, you're already watching me.
Like, damn.
And then you deliver. You know? So you understand the movie that we are trying to create, where I'm the staring. Yeah, so
all content.
Content. Ubakive man.
Also, you know that thing when Thuli looks good on stage? Now when they ask you about you, why ningalale makhaya?
I always say Kaya. The guys might want to be with you. The girls must want to be you. They want to be good at your level. But I mean, I really do enjoy DJing. I just love how music makes people feel, and sometimes it's just so spiritual. You know, sometimes you're talking to someone, but you don't even know you're talking to them. You know, I know, like when someone comes close to the DJ booth and you even connecting with them, because it's like, I get it. For you, you know. So I mean, I really love music. I love how it connects me with people, but also I love how it has so many avenues to grow into as well. You know, it allows you longevity, especially as a DJ, because you're always playing what's relevant, and if you understand the scene for that time. But you can release singles, you can do feature movies, so there's still so much juice that's about to come out from me. I'm just really just maturing and, you know, making sure that the grapes are brewing and maturing, while I don't want to dive into things when I'm not prematurely. You know, so on being a DJ this weekend, please do catch me. Can I say
yes,
the places?
Yes,
please do catch me at Rockets Mainland Boiti's launch party, and of course Moja freaking Cafe. Your girl is closing the night at Moja. So I need you to sneakers. I want people to dance. Like, guys, I can't wait to play at Moja. I haven't played at Moja so long.
Thuli, we need to wrap up. We love you.
I'm so
what would you like? What would you like a younger Thuli, you know, someone who follows you, or what would you like them to learn from your journey in the entertainment space?
To be authentic, be self-assured, and know and trust in yourself, everyone else will follow. But be open enough to be teachable. You don't know everything, but find that spark, find that thing that makes people look at you and go, and stick to it, because it can only be yours. You know, it can't be yours and Thuli's and Samantha's and whatever. Right. So you find your authentic key and you use that key to open every door that you encounter.
Absolutely. Yes. I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, Thuli Phongolo, catch on Rockville this Sunday.
I'm gonna do this
Legendary breakfast with Ona Bete and Tabile TTO.